He Frowned continues the N.J. Dawood translation of Al-Quran. In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful, he frowned and turned his back when the blind man came towards him. How could you tell? He might have sought to purify himself. He might have been forewarned and might have profited from our warning. But to the wealthy man, you were all attention, although the fault would not be yours if he remained uncleansed. Yet to him that came to you with zeal and awe, you gave no heed. Indeed, this is an admonition. Let him who will bear it in mind. It is set down on honored pages, purified and exalted by the hands of devout and gracious scribes. Perish man, how great ungrateful he is. From what did Allah create him? From a little germ. He created him and proportioned him. He makes his path smooth for him and causes him to die and stows him in a grave. He will surely bring him back to life when he pleases, yet he declines to do his bidding. Let man reflect on the food he eats, how we pour down the rain in torrents and cleave the earth asunder, how we bring forth the grain, the grapes, and the fresh vegetation, the olive and the palm, the thickets, the fruit trees, and the green pasture, for you and for your cattle to delight in. But when the dread blast is sounded, on that day, each man will forsake his brother, his mother and his father, his wife and his children, for each one of them will on that day have enough sorrow of his own. On that day there shall be beaming faces, smiling and joyful. On that day there shall be faces veiled with darkness, covered with dust. These shall be the faces of the sinful unbelievers. Now there's another verse that talks about the blurry-eyed, and the bluish-eyed sickness doesn't mean, blue-eyed people, and the lightness and the darkness of what we're talking about here doesn't mean that sort of thing either. The lightening and the darkening of the face, obviously. And in reference to the who frowned, well, Sunnis in 3 places of the Quran say the correction is to Muhammad. Now, people agree with Surah 66 that the correction was, whether you say it was one incident or both incidents, you know, that it was addressing that, hey, you're not supposed to forbid things on yourself, even if you're the, he didn't forbid them on other people. He, swore off them for himself. And, it would set a bad precedent, so he was corrected. But Umar and some other, I'm not sure if it was always Umar, but the Shia narrators say that. And the Sunni narrators that say it was Muhammad, those narrations actually aren't as strong as some of the other narrations.